The Twins beat the Tigers 13-5 on Friday night, but the pitching was a bit of a bummer. The starting pitching was a bit of a bummer. The bullpen was brilliant. Well, let's get into it. Welcome to Twins Pitch. This is Tom Froming from twinsdaily.com. This is a recap of the Twins game with a very pitching-focused approach. So let's get right into it. Kyle Gibson started tonight. As I talked about yesterday, very excited to see if he could complete the circle and get a full turn of the rotation with guys posting a game score over 50. That did not happen. Everybody else has kind of got pointed in the right direction here in this last week. And Gibson, even though he has spotted a gigantic lead, the Twins scored 12 runs in the first 4 innings. 12 in the first 4 innings. So you'd figure, and this was against Detroit, again, the Tigers, a terrible, terrible offense. You'd think this was a perfect game for Gibson to get that 50-plus game score, an above-average start, get back on track. Instead, he struggles. He goes 5 innings. He gives up 10 hits, 4 runs. He throws 107 pitches in 5 innings. It was just a lot of balls in play. He gave up, well, I was about to say he didn't give up a lot of hard contact. His average exit velocity on this game was below his regular average. But then again, he did give up 5 extra base hits. So can you really say that? You really can't. But if you look, he was throwing strikes, which is basically item number 1 of when you're spotted a gigantic lead. You better be throwing strikes. And then number 2, he was getting swinging strikes. Hard to figure why he didn't pitch better in this one, why the outcome wasn't better, how he gave up so many hits. He ends August now with a 6.11 ERA on the month. He had such a nice July, so it's hard to see him end August so poorly. But this continued a trend I've been talking about a lot lately. Jason Castro started this game behind the plate. And look at the differences between Kyle Gibson with Mitch Garver and Kyle Gibson with Jason Castro this season. Castro's been a smaller sample size, but this is another start where he pitched poorly. So the ERA is going up. You'd think at 6.75, what are the odds that it was going to keep going up? And it's like every time Gibson throws with Castro, it gets worse. And the weird thing to me is that now this is going to get a little better. Kyle Gibson did strike out 5 and he didn't walk anybody. But it's really odd that this strikeout to walk ratio is such a big difference. A lot of the other stuff you could see it, some fluctuation based on, quality of opponent, but that one shouldn't move too much for that reason. So, how concrete is this data? How, predictive is it? I'm not sure, but I know just why not? Why not just keep him with Mitch Garver and see if that's sort of the magic wand? Maybe Garver's a Gibby whisperer or something. I don't know. But those are the numbers. His career numbers reflect that as well. Why? I don't know. But, again, it's a thing that I would definitely explore if I was Rocco Baldelli, just sticking him with Mitch Garver and see how that goes. But, again, the Twins had a gigantic lead and the bullpen came out and was excellent. Tyler Duffey strikes out the side, almost an immaculate inning. He throws 9 strikes of his 10 pitches, gets 6 swinging strikes, throws 97 for the first time. Trevor May also struck out the side in his inning. Sam Dyson gave up a solo home run, but he was throwing a bunch of strikes. Kind of what you're doing with the lead. I'm not going to fault the guy giving up a solo homer in a blowout. And then Romo comes in and gets the job done in a scoreless inning of his own. So combined, that's 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 0 walks, and 8 strikeouts for the bullpen. Very nice day. Maybe the weirdest thing to note is that in a blowout, you have Duffy, May, Dyson, and Romo all working. That certainly is odd, just at face value. But if we jump over here and take a look at the bullpen usage report, let me just shrink myself down here. There we go. Get out of my own way. If we look at this is a chart that shows the number of pitches each of the bullpen guys has thrown over the past 5 days. Randy Dobnak wasn't going to be available, so your long guy was already used on Thursday. He wasn't going to come in and pitch. The only other guy, of course, you were not going to use Rogers, your top guy in this game. So the only other guy left in that mix was Stashak, and he'd thrown 28 pitches on Wednesday. Probably was available today. So maybe there's the one guy who you can be curious at why he wasn't in there. But as you can see, Romo threw the most pitches out of that quartet, and that was with 17. So all those guys are going to be available to pitch tomorrow if they need to. And then Sunday rosters expand. So the Twins pitching staff is going to be, I don't know, the bullpen probably will be twice as big as it is right now, potentially on Sunday. So lots of guys are going to be getting called up. So it's kind of weird, but not something I'm too worried about. Maybe Rocco could have had Duffy go 2 innings or May go 2 innings. But then they'd be less likely to be available tomorrow. Maybe that was sort of the consideration. Don't know, but that's just, that's just kind of the way it worked out. Nothing too crazy there, but this was the Twins' 6th straight win. They are 11-3 in their past 14 games, and now 17-10 in August. They're likely to end August as their second best month of the season. Already the second most wins of the season in August. Of course, May was their big month. It'll be Martin Perez versus Matthew Boyd tomorrow at 5:10. Kind of a weird start time there in Detroit. So make sure you're tuning in a little early. Again, this has been Tom Froman from Twins Daily. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll talk to you again soon.